Hello everyone, I'm Sherman. And the legal issue I want to present today is the restriction toward the physical therapist in Taiwan. And that restriction just constitutes a violation of Equal Protection Clause. The regulation I'm focusing on today is the Article 12 of the Physical Therapist Act. According to these regulations, which is talking about that the physical therapist should perform a doctor diagnosis previously before he carry out his work. So this will constitute a restriction of therapist practice. So first of all, let me explain the equal protection model in Taiwan. Regulations or restrictions of specific people's rights may not always constitute a violation of equal protection clause, unless the reason for the restriction is unreasonable. Therefore, when I manifest that the regulations violate the equal protection clause, this means there are two elements exist. So the first element is that the differential treatment exists. Let's see all the medical personnel in Taiwan, such as the nurse, the professional midwives, the clinical psychologists, and consulting psychologists. Most of them can practice independently without the doctor's diagnosis. Let's take the clinical psychologist as an example. According to the Act 13 of the Psychologist Act, they can practice independently in almost 70% of his field. However, when it comes to the physical therapist, oh my God, 100% is restricted. The physical therapist have to get the previous diagnosis from the doctors, whatever he wants to do, like teaching the exercise for releasing your muscles and like doing massage. They cannot do anything without the doctor's permission. This means that the therapist cannot practice independently. So we can see there's some differential treatment between the medical personnel and especially the physical therapist. More we want to talk about is that, is the differential treatment on physical therapy is reasonable? No, it's totally not. Among all the scope of the physical therapist profession, there are many muscle relaxation massage and exercise, which are designed for totally healthy human beings. So it means that it is not necessary for doctor to monitor everything. Because if we need doctor, we are afraid of maybe physical therapists make the patient become wrong again. But we don't have to be worried about that. And based on these strict regulations, it's something very ridiculous will happen. Compared to the true profession, the physical therapist, they cannot do the massage. But who are doing this? It's like I'm not sure, do everyone knows the folklore therapist? It's like, it's not profession, it's like that's a folktale. It's like the traditional way. And other is the coach of the bodybuilders. They do the massage. If this goes well, it is okay. But there are many news in Taiwan that folktale therapists and the bodybuilder, they hurt the patients because they didn't know things well. And what they will do, they will also, I don't know if everyone knows the chiropractic. It's like to tune your spine. Yeah, it's really professional. But only the physical therapists have these skills. And the others, maybe they'll learn part of it, but they still do it without a certificate. As we know, all the professional certificate, we want to prevent that you have the really good skills. However, it just comes out that this professional certificate becomes an obstacle. So in order to deal with this issue, I engaged in the law amendment campaign and drafted the amendment of article for the physical therapist. And during the campaign, I also want to manifest that. The objection is really hard. It's because it will affect the interest of the doctors, especially the rehabilitation doctors. Because in Taiwan, all the therapists is working for the rehabilitation doctors. But fortunately now, we have already filed the bill in the Congress. And I just finger crossed for the best result. And that is my presentation. I am really willing to discuss with all of you how does the physical therapist work in our country. Thank you. Yeah, I really look forward to hearing it. Yeah.
When will it be voted on?
You mean no, we are now it's just a bill.
Okay.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm not really think it will be a success because the doctors, it just objects.
In the U.S., and I don't know if it's like this everywhere else, not different. So in order to get physical therapy,
Yeah.
you do need job, well, in order to get your insurance
Yeah,
to
insurance.
pay for physical therapy, you need a note from your doctor.
From my knowledge, it said that the chirotherapist needs the approval from the physical therapist. So they consider the physical therapist as also a profession, and maybe is in the physical therapist field is quite equal to the rehabilitation doctor. Yeah. I'm not sure it's hearsay from the US therapist. Yeah. I think I will check out. Yeah, but in Taiwan, this is a really severe problem. And although the therapy you maybe need doctor, but like the massage, the exercise, you don't need it, right? But in Taiwan, it's totally
That's right.
it's totally banned. And to supply, in Taiwan, if you're doing that, you are not only getting fined, you are getting into jail. It will be the 2 years jail if you did not get the doctors. Yeah, so it's really ridiculous for it. It definitely needs to be changed, but how would the degree will become totally free for the therapist or part of their profession become free? That is the question.
It's strange if they can't do massage therapy.
Yeah, it's really strange.
The bodybuilder coaches you mentioned.
Yeah,
So do they?
they do a lot.
So they practice this, but they're allowed. to
Okay,
practice?
this is so tricky. They are doing the chirotherapy, but they cannot announce they are doing it. That's all.
So they're not
I'm just
saying-
massage,
Okay.
but they charge so
I
expensive.
see. Okay.
Oh, I'm doing chiro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they will not give any receipt because receipt will be evidence.
Okay.
It's, yeah. So I think that's all. Okay.
Great.
Thank you.